All right, how you doing? This is Len Nevin with Loyalty Home Group at eXp Realty. I want to welcome you to this month's edition of your real estate market update. It's November 2018, so today is the 27th of November. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the numbers that they've been calculating. So we just got these numbers in the last couple days, and so it's going to go up to the end of October. So obviously a lot of these are national numbers, so it takes our National Association of Realtors a lot of time to compile all the data from all the 50 states and British Columbia, all that stuff, Washington D.C. Sorry. Anyways, so here's the numbers that we're looking at right now. So according to the National Association of Realtors, the number of projected home sales actually increased for the first time in 6 months, and it increased 1.4% to 5.22 million. This is still down from 5.5 million a year ago. So what that basically means is we were seeing a downward trend as far as sales. Things were kind of slowing down, and then it picked back up by the end of last month. We're still seeing that the last 12 months has sold less homes than the previous 12 months. So a little bit less homes closing. The national median home price, though, for existing home sales also decreased to 255,400. So that's down just 1%. So I think it was just a little bit higher at 258 or something like that last month. So it's down 1.05% from last month, but it's still up 3.8% from the same exact time last year. And as you can see, I've got that on the graph here for you to see. So let's talk Phoenix. So in Phoenix, it's a little chilly. I'm wearing my jacket here today. Anyways, the number of home sales rose. So from January until the end of October, to 82,682 homes total for homes sold in the entire Phoenix MLS system. That is up 1.54%, from the same time last year. The number has been decreasing in percentage though for the last 5 months. So as far as where it was up, so it started off the year, it was up, by like mid-year it was up like 4%, then it was like 3%. Last month was like 1.62%. So it's been slowly kind of creeping down, and it's kind of been, looking like it's going to end up the year pretty close to the amount of sales that happened all of 2017. It'll probably still, since we have 60 days worth of data left to compile, it still may be higher, but it's definitely getting lower and lower of a margin. Median sales price in Phoenix increased to 262,500. That's up 0.96% from last month, and then it's up 6.71% from this exact same time last year. So home values have definitely continued to increase, which is great. I mean, that's what we want, right? We want our home values to continue to move up in an upward direction. So let's talk Chicago. In Chicago, the number of home sales rose to 108,544. Remember, there's a huge Chicagoland market. That is, however, down 2.87% from this same time last year. The median sales price for the Chicagoland area stayed steady at $230,000 as an average sales price, as the median sales price. However, that is up 3.14, so it up pi. Actually, yeah, so it's up pi from same time last year when we were looking at those numbers. Anyways, if you're looking to sell, looking to buy, it's still a great time to be entering the market. One of the numbers that I was looking at, and I don't have it on this graph here, but what it was talking about is the average, right here, unsold inventory right now is at 4.3 months supply of inventory. 6 months is considered a balanced market, so it's still leaning towards a seller's market. There's less homes available for sale than there's buyers. So it's still right in that balance, in the balance, kind of leaning towards if you're a seller. What it also means if you're a buyer is the competition is getting a little bit thicker for a typical seller than it was, say, 6 months ago. So if you're looking to buy, it's a great time to be a buyer and a seller, because what ends up happening is if you're a buyer, you get to have a conversation with your seller. If you're a seller, you're still going to be getting an increased value than you would have gotten 6 months ago, and at the same time you're going to have to probably work with your buyer, and it becomes a great transaction because it's a win-win. Everybody is kind of looking to win, and you can make that happen. Lastly, according to Freddie Mac, so that's kind of runs the financing piece. The national average for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage is actually slightly down to 4.81%. A month ago, it was 4.86%, so it just dropped 0.05%. So not a huge drop, but it's still a drop. We'll take it. Anyways, to learn more how these numbers affect you, please feel free to reach out. We can run some numbers specifically to your home, to your neighborhood, to your city, to your zip code, whatever it ends up being. We talk national numbers. We've talked the entire Phoenix market. We've talked the entire Chicagoland market. So if you want more specifics as far as how it affects you, what's going on in the market, reach out, let us know. We'd be happy to run those numbers for you and let you know where your equity stands. Thanks, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.